Okay, make a video quickly now if I can. I have time. There was a video that was released. I was going through social media, and I saw a still photo from the video, and I'm like, I don't want to watch that. Looks too graphic. Okay, what it was a man on a subway in New York City kicking an old lady in the face. As she sits, sorry, as she sits on the train. Now the Metro North trains go to and from Grand Central Station, and they go all over Westchester, Putnam, Connecticut, parts of New Jersey, even parts of Pennsylvania. My uncle and my cousin and our uncle who survived 9/11, they live in Jersey. That uncle's son, he lives in Jersey. They commute to the city via the train networks. Great train networks, they can go anywhere. Okay? And for the most part, they're cool. Everyone to the distant boom is the problem on there. But they have a lot of conductors on there, and a lot of times we have New York City cops going back and forth to work. Okay, so it's a very seldom problem. Very seldom. Now the subway is the trains in New York City itself, and they go to the location of New York City, and they can be every couple of blocks. There'll be a train station. You walk underground. Okay, you put the money in the turnstile, and you get in the train. And there's no employee there. There's no security there. Okay, very few cops ride there. Every once in a while, there may be an on-duty cop undercover, whatever. But that's where the problems come from. And you can go on YouTube, you can go Google anywhere, and you can Google New York City subway, and you'll see fights, you'll see rats, you'll see drug addicts, you'll see fucking mental patients. Okay, you know the pole you hang on to in the subway, that pole that goes from the floor to the ceiling, in case there's no seats available. There's one video of a guy online standing in front of the pole and wanting to fight the pole. Okay, so that's why I was on a couple of subways when I was a little kid. My father going down there shopping, and they were fucked up even back then. Forget about today. You couldn't get me on the subway today. And there's this video of this man kicking a woman in the face. She's standing up, she's sitting down, she's in the seat with her back against the wall, and the window's here. And he's kicking her in the face, he's holding on to the pole to kick her in the face. And it's a very, very large man. And it's very uncomfortable. I'm going to put a link down below, but be advised, it is graphic. And the other day, or yesterday as a matter of fact, my father was reading a newspaper, and my father told my mother, hey, they got that guy from the subway attack. They arrested him. It happened on my birthday, but the police released the video last week. And they arrested him. And he's from Yonkers, my hometown. And I'm like, man, I don't want to run into him on the street. Last night, right before bedtime, I get a message from a friend of mine from high school. Remember Mark? And it's a video to an Instagram page that shows. I went to high school with that individual. I'm not done yet. He was like a goofy guy, a funny guy. He did have a temper sometimes, and every once in a while he would get in an argument with someone, but that was all of us, okay? You can't name me a guy that I went to high school with that didn't argue with some other guy or want to fight some other guy. It was fucking testosterone building up, okay? In fact, there were guys I went to high school with that I didn't like, and they didn't like me, and I wanted to fight them every day. And you look at us now, we hang out together, we're friends on Facebook, okay? The lieutenant that I saved from being plowed when he was a sergeant, okay? We didn't get along in school. We get along now, okay? A guy who was 2 years older than me in school, in fact, he used to beat me up, okay? He would beat me up all the time in high school. He was 2 years older than I was. He's a detective now. I saw him Friday. I saw him Thursday, rather. Okay? Okay? So a lot of times we get these guys that are in junior high school, and they're fucked up, and you're fucked up with them, and they fight, you fight her, you have an argument with them, you curse at their mother or whatever, and you're, okay, and then, that's when you're 15, 16, and then you're 34, 35, 36, 37, 40, and you're like, yeah, We're working together now. We pass the hallway now. We live in the same block now. Or I see him when I get off the train. He gets on the train now. Okay, or we actually hang out now. We're friends now. We go to the same bar together now. We're friends. Okay, not a big deal. Okay, and I went to high school with guys that were in gangs, not like the hardcore street gangs that are killing people and shit, but like just tough guy gangs that hung out and fought. Okay, I went to high school with guys that had tempers. I went to high school with guys that beat the shit out of people. Okay, I went to high school with guys that fought all the time. I went to high school with guys that smoked weed. Okay, I went to high school with guys that drank heavily. Okay, I went to high school with but then they go to the military, or they get married, or they have kids, or they get $100,000 a year job. Okay, or they just get some maturity going on in their life. Okay, these big fucking tough guys now, and you'll see them like, yeah, I'm going to my daughter's ballet recital, or I'm taking my daughter to dance class, or me and my 4-year-old son are gonna go play in the sandbox. Okay, because or I'm babysitting my nieces and nephews, and we're gonna go watch the fucking clowns together. Okay, yeah, you get maturity, you get older, you get a stable life. Your brain matures at 25. And this guy, he got kicked out of school our junior year, halfway through junior year. In fact, the carpentry teacher actually said they're probably gonna keep guys till June, and then they won't come back next year. And then later, the next day, whatever, that was we were doing open house for the new guys coming in the next year. And the carpentry teacher said, well, they're probably gonna have guys keep them till June. Then we get to school on Monday. He's in school. We get to carpentry afternoon. Mark is no longer with us, so I guess they're kicking out. He said, so I guess they're kicking guys out now early. He had a lot of absences from class, a lot of absences from school. He was failing every subject anyway, and they said, just get rid of him. Okay, just get rid of him. He was more of a clown than a violent person. Every once in a while, he would get in an argument with someone, or want to fight someone, or you want to fight him. I had a couple arguments with myself, okay? But that was typical high school shit. He got expelled because he wasn't coming to class. He had a million absences. He was failing over the subjects anyway, and they said, well, why keep him here? We're a good school. We have a good reputation. Why keep him here? Get rid of him. Throw him out. And he got kicked out of school. Now, a couple years ago, I'm sitting on my corner, and I get grabbed from behind. And I'm like, oh, now, if I get grabbed, it's because I know someone, okay? People wouldn't dare fucking put their hands on me. Okay? It's a felony and shit like that, but, so I get grabbed from behind. And I look, I'm like, it's you. I was worried for a minute. It's just you. Okay, let me worry for a minute. And he was hanging out with another guy who was in the same gang as he was in back in high school. And that guy was a year ahead of us in school. That guy graduated. And that guy, he had a son, I didn't even know this, but he had a son his senior year in high school at 17. That son is now in the army. And this guy, the friend, I would see him pass by every once in a while with his daughter. He had a little girl. Pick her up to school, walk her home. Okay? In fact, I would see this guy walking with his daughter and the friend, the guy Mark. Okay? And then a couple years ago, the day Mark grabbed me, he said, well, I'm living in Mount Vernon now, but I moved back to Yonkers. A couple years ago, he moved back to Yonkers, and he moved into the neighborhood where I work at. I would see him 3 or 4 times a week. He'd be walking down the block, going to the bus to go to work. I don't know where he worked, but he worked somewhere. He was going to the public bus for work. Back and forth, okay. Hi, Vinny. How are you? Okay. I'll be in the middle of the road with the kids. He'd walk right by the little kids with no problem. Walk right by. Hi. He didn't bother anybody. He's about 6'4". He's a big guy. He's about 220. Okay. But I think, he was a jerk off. And I'll give you an example. One day in carpentry, he took a dowel, carved it into a dildo, put him between his legs, and started walking around with it. Okay? He's a fucking clown. Okay? But I figure, he's older now. He's mature. He's got renting an apartment by himself. He's just a guy going to work. Everybody else, no big deal. Okay, and I would see him pass by like I saw every other guy in the neighborhood pass by. Just, hi, how you doing? Oh, we're cool. And I don't even see guys who'd be like, hey, Vinny. In fact, I saw a couple of the older guys, like the college kids or the high school kids, and I'm like, yeah, that's my friend from high school. We went to high school together. Matter of fact, I saw him Friday. And when I saw him last week, Thursday or Friday, I know I saw him on Friday, but when I saw him either Thursday or Friday, I saw a girl going to college, and I'm like, yeah, that's my friend from high school. We kid around a lot. He's funny. Because last week he was in the middle of the road one day. He's like, help me cross the street, Vinny. I'm scared, Vinny. I'm like, shut up. You're big. You're like, please, shut up. You're fine. You don't need my help. Just joking around. And one time I even say, you'd be surprised. Some adults can fucking save you. I've saved adults from being run over. Okay? In fact, I even said, I got old ladies in the neighborhood. Yeah, I actually said I got old ladies in the neighborhood. I said I got like old people in the neighborhood that are afraid. I got them out. Because a lot of these old people, they're fucking afraid. They see these fucking trucks going by. They're afraid. They want you to help them. And I would see him walking past all the kids. I would see him walking past all the old ladies. I did not think anything was wrong with him at all. Other than the fact that he was funny. He's a funny guy. And back in high school, he was like a fucking jerk-off clown. Okay? He kicked this woman in the face no less than 6 times. And it's on camera. Now, here's what happened. Okay? When you kick someone in the face... Now, there's a long-standing joke, okay? Simone Biles. Little Simone Biles, okay? No one asked Simone Biles to walk on their back. Because when Simone Biles lands, she lands with the force of 2 defensive ends in charge, okay? They literally calculated Simone Biles landing. This is a 4'9" woman. They literally calculated her landing, and they said that when she lands with the force of football players hitting each other. Okay? That's like 800 pounds of human flesh. Bang! Okay? So legs are very powerful. Especially when you're 6'4", 220 pounds. 210, 220, not about that. Okay? Now, when you kick someone in the face, okay, your leg is more powerful than your arm. A lot more powerful. Okay, my leg, my thighs are like twice the size of my arms. Okay, and if you ever look at Simone Biles in a leotard, her fucking legs are bigger than my chest. Okay? That's serious. Okay? So when you hit someone in the face, you have to worry about the nose, the teeth, the jaw. They can break, they can shatter, they can dislocate, they can bleed. Okay? You also have blood vessels, arteries, nerves, okay, the eyes. You also have the skull. The skull can crack, fracture, concussion, okay, brain. What happens is if you have a bad head injury, your brain inside your skull is rocked. And that's what causes concussions, brain bleeding, damage, hemorrhaging. Okay? Now, when you get a direct hit to the head, remember, I'm going to go there, but George Zimmerman being banged on concrete. Yeah, I know he's a piece of shit, but... Okay? You have someone sitting in a chair against the wall, on a bus or a train. Their head is being banged back. What if their head goes through the glass? And that glass is very, very strong plexiglass. It's not going to break very easily. But what if your skull does? Okay. Now, when you have an elderly person, this woman was 78 years old. And even though Chuck Norris, my birthday, it's happened on my birthday. Chuck Norris is as old as myself and Shannon Miller combined. Okay? We're 37 and 42. He's 79. Chuck Norris is a year older than this woman. But it's not only the age factors. Different guys age differently. It's the age combined with the health overall. So not every 78-year-old person is running on treadmills, okay? A lot of 70-year-old guys are slowing down. They have hip problems, back problems, neck problems, head problems, okay? Parkinson's disease, arthritis, okay? Surgery, shit like that, okay? So when you hit them, any injury that you could get is exacerbated because of their age. Also, heart problems, okay? When you are in a bad situation, your heart accelerates. You're scared. Your body declares an emergency. You're fucked up. Your heart's racing a million mile a minute. Well, if you're 78 years old and or have a heart condition, you can have a heart attack. Okay, your neck can break and it can become or be so fucked up. Your neck is, you know, if I just kick you in the face very hard and your head whips back, you can break your neck very easily. You can break your neck, and as you go back, you can break your skull. This woman could have died. This woman could have died. Okay, his bail is 15,000, and I don't know if he's gonna make bail because even if he has the bondsman's fee, it's entirely possible no bondsman wants him out. Okay, because what happens is bail means you get to stay at home while trial is going on. If your bail is $15,000, you go to the judge, you give the judge $15,000, and you get to go home. And then when your trial is over, the judge gives you back the money. He also puts you in jail, but he gives you back the money. Now, if you don't have $15,000, you go to a bail bondsman. And the bail bondsman, you give him 10%. So you give him $1,500. He keeps that forever. That's his money. Okay, that's how he makes his living. So the bail bondsman takes $1,500 from you. That's his forever. He goes to his special bond account and takes out $15,000 cash, and he gives it to the judge. And he tells the judge, "Your Honor, the defendant will be in court on time." And he tells you to go home. And the bail bondsman is a private sector police officer. He carries a gun. He has the right to cross state lines. And he is your owner. He can tell you what time to get to bed. He can tell you where to go. He can tell you where not to go. Okay? He can even fucking go to your own house and chain you up to the floor. Okay? 1871 Supreme Court ruling. When you are bailed out, the bail bondsman owns you. He owns you. And if you don't go to court, the judge calls the bail bondsman, and the judge tells the bail bondsman, "Your client did not come to court today. That $15,000 is mine now." And what the bail bondsman does is you get the posse together, they get their guns, and they go to your house, they go to your mother's house, they go to all your friends' houses, okay? They kick down the fucking door. And the Supreme Court says that a bail bondsman can cross state lines, enter your home, and arrest you on Sunday. There is no warrant. Okay? The only thing that has to happen is the bail bondsman has to honestly believe that where you are. So the bail bondsman can come into your mother's house at 2 o'clock in the morning, kick the door in, grab his gun, go inside, wave the gun around and say, "Where's your son? I want him." And he can search that entire house for you. And if he doesn't find you, he walks out the door, no problem. No problem at all. Okay? He can legally go anywhere you are. He can go cross state lines. Okay? He can do anything to bring you back for that money. Now, he also has the power to arrest you for no reason. He can legally go to your house at 2 o'clock in the morning while you're in the shower and take you out of the shower at 2 o'clock in the morning naked, handcuff you, and say, "I don't want you out anymore." And he can bring you to jail naked and tell the jail, "He's mine. I don't want him anymore." Put him back in the cell. He's got court on Tuesday. Okay? And a lot of bail bondsmen will not want him out because they're like, "What if he runs away? I'll go after him. I'll kill him. No big deal." But what if he runs away and while he's at large, what if he hurts somebody else? Okay? He literally kicked this woman in the face 6 times on a cell phone camera, turned, looked at the camera, and walked out the door as the train stopped. Now, the people videotaped it, called police, got the woman to the hospital, and the police got the video. Should they have confronted him? Probably not. Okay? Because here's the issue. If you have about 4 or 5 really big guys, they'll come over and they'll knock you the fuck down. And there's also videos of guys on subways in New York City that are tackling people, restraining people, putting people in headlocks. You know, you'll get this big guy picking on some little skinny guy, and you get this really big guy come over and just knock him the fuck out. That happens too on the subway in New York City. I've seen that. I've seen these monster wrestlers and these big boxers just come over and just fucking knock the shit out of some guy because he's picking on some woman or some shit. I've seen it. But for the most part, most guys don't know if you have a weapon. They don't know if you're tuned up on drugs. So a lot of time they'll just back away slowly because they don't want to get involved personally. Now, would he have done it if I was there? No, he wouldn't have. Why? Because I know who he is, and I'm obligated to report it. So I did not watch the video until last night when I found it was him. And believe me when I say, even if I saw the video, I would have been like, that guy looks like Mark. And then when I saw him the next day at work, I would have been like, hey, Mark, that guy was beating the shit out of that woman on the subway. He looks like you fucking crazy. That's what would have happened. I would not believe. This guy was crazy. He was a little nutty. He was fun. He was a jerk off. But I would not believe he was capable of this. I would not believe it, okay? I would believe it was a homeless person. I would believe it was a drug addict. I would believe it was a guy with a fucking lot of mental problems. I would not believe it was him. I would not believe it. And let me tell you something right now. I'm scared now. Okay? Because if a guy knew a guy over 20 years, knew him to be a jerk off, but just a funny guy. Okay? Saw him recently years, so he has a job, he has an apartment, he's living his life pretty peacefully, okay? Minding his own business. And then I find he's doing this. I'm scared. Because if he can do it, anybody can do it. Okay, and I have seen him walk past kids. I've seen him walk past ugly people. Okay, I've even pointed, if he's saying hello to me, whatever, I've been pointing him out, hey, that's my friend from high school, he knows. I've pointed him out, hey, that's my friend from high school. Okay, it's scary. And you always get these guys that they found out their neighbor's a serial killer, or they found their best friend since 3rd grade is a rapist, okay? I'm like, wow, man, I didn't know he was going to do that. Yeah. Now I know how you feel. Scary. You can't trust anybody. Okay, I would have no problem walking right past him and an old lady. I wouldn't think anything of it. If I walked around the corner and saw him standing next to an old lady waiting for a bus, I wouldn't think anything of it. Seriously. It's terrifying. He's being charged with harassment and felony assault. Me personally, I think it's undercharged. I think it should be attempted murder. The simple fact that he's 6'4", 210, 220 pounds, and the simple fact that she's a 78-year-old lady who is 100% incapable of defending herself, period, and 100% incapable of being a threat to him. Okay, she was no threat to him. She wasn't gonna come to his house and kill him. Okay, she wasn't robbing him. She was physically, literally, psychologically. She was no way, shape, or form a threat to him. Period. Period. There's no defense of this. Period. None. And I've seen guys get in arguments when they're in a fight. I've seen some guy, get drunk and push some girl, and the boyfriend punches him in the face. Okay, shit like that happens. Okay, if you're drunk and you walk and you bump into a girl, her boyfriend might punch you in the face. Okay, or if you're drunk, if you're a woman and you're drunk and you walk into someone the wrong way, okay, you might bump into someone's mother and they might punch you in the face. Okay, but this was absolutely 100%, no questions asked, unprovoked, unnecessary. This was disgusting. Okay, it was disgusting. There was no reason for this at all. Period. None. She couldn't hurt him. Even if she wanted to hurt him, she couldn't have. Even if she said to him, "I'm gonna fucking kill you, you black piece of shit." Okay. Even if she said it, I wish my husband was alive, he would lynch you because he was in the Klan. Okay. There was literally no defense of this. Period. Be careful and be safe.